Rocket.
Y'all are getting weird.
Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo.
This is bringing back some.
Oh, totally.
This is the OKest Hunter podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, because that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag, you hunt how you want. This is OKest Hunter.
The clapper? Really? I gotta do it.
We're gonna put a clapper like me one day somebody does it. Totally.
We are live, and that's about all we got to say for ourselves.
It's a good day.
There's nothing else
It's a good day. We're alive.
that we can really say. We're live on all the platforms you can stream, the TikTok, the YouTube. YouTube's really where you want to be, I think, when we're doing this.
Most interactive.
Yeah, because if you're on YouTube or if you're on YouTube, we'll see your comments. If you're on Facebook, we'll see your comments. But if you're in a Facebook group, it hides your name. We'll see your comments. I just don't know who the hell you are. And then if you want to call into the show, we do this thing live so we can take calls. That is like one of the main reasons we go live and deal with this technical hellstorm every week, is because we want to talk to you guys and gals. So call-in number is 262-757-4122. Give us a ring. We're here for like an hour or so. We'll be happy to talk with you. We do have a guest on. We'll bring him in just a minute. But first things first, we are presented by. Are you presented? Who the presented by?
Who are you presented by?
No one ever presents me.
Well, you
Right.
don't present in front of me.
No one presents.
I guess
nothing.
you're presenting.
No.
You're presenting.
Oh, yeah. Turkeys are going to be presenting soon.
Ooh.
Thank goodness.
Ooh.
Half Rack. Check out Half Rack.
Okay, there you go.
half-rack.com. Code OHP. I think if you do like half-rack.com/okayest, the discount will just automatically happen.
That's neato.
I think that might be true for Rack Hub also, but check those guys out too. Derek is looking at the old RH1 over there. The one, and I got some double ups for you down there. You got to take those.
He could totally use the RH1 for this.
For that, there you go. So you
We're-
drill into the bottom,
We're stacking up some sheds at home, so I gotta.
and then you just put it on the
these.
thing, and
Mhm.
look at like how fun. You just put it wherever the hell you want.
I've got but I can't put these where I want to put them because I walked in the door from Illinois
Okay.
with some sheds, and immediately my kids split them up and they're in the rooms. Boom, gone. I was like,
Well, there's
Where'd
that,
they go?
that's that.
all right,
No longer your property.
that's cool. That's cool.
Let
As
'em
long
have
as they're excited about it.
Hey, that's great.
If you had a dog, they would be taking their pick out of that pile for sure.
Oh, that's
That'd be a big bone.
bone to pick with that dog.
Right?
He's got cats, so I don't know they're gonna do anything weird.
This is why I have cats.
I'm gonna be honest with you. One cat we did have at home, that cat would gnaw on the tip of antlers.
Really?
He would, and then he would lick them. He's weird.
They're all pretty weird.
Sorry to make this a cat conversation right off the bat,
Right away.
but the cats don't go in the basement. But when they do,
They
the
pee.
cats
They take a
sleep-
dump in your hunting tote.
No, probably. That's a
You'll
hidden
find it
treasure.
in about 4
But
months.
they'll lay on top of the mounts with their two front paws between the brow tines, and they'll freaking lay up there.
That's not okay.
I went down there one time, and our cat Dexter's just like chilling, and I'm like, "Get down!"
Could you imagine if
Right,
he knocked the
meow.
fuck off the wall? You'd be furious. These things are delicate. Freaks me.
Can
We had to
be.
transport to the trade show last year, and we were like,
Yeah, we did not have a pretty good system
nerve-wracking.
to transport those mounts.
I was like, I'm sorry, you're putting a
No.
brand new mount in the back of the pickup here. I hope it doesn't get ruined. I was
Then
like,
you're down
Derek
the-
will never be on the podcast ever again.
We're
Like,
down the highway hitting some bumps. Sure, he's fine. Wasn't that a 10-pointer when we loaded it?
It was a 10-pointer. It's now a 7.
oh, yeah. What else? I don't know. Latitude, boy, oh boy. We just put an article out on we have a,
There's some cool
Then it-
stuff coming from them.
I don't even know what I can talk about yet. I'll find out more soon, but just holy shit is
Yeah.
what I'll say. And so if you're not a fan of
I don't
them,
know anything yet.
boy, oh boy.
We'll talk later.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Well, you're going to go from 6 to noon real quick. Let me tell you.
I'm about 9 right now.
Lord have mercy.
Code OHP. Just go shop and use that code all over the place. Same thing with Spartan Forge. You got to download it at the actual website, spartanforge.ai. Do the code there and then go, into the app once you're registered with your email or whatever you're going to do there. And again, they've got some pretty great shit coming out too. The chat bot thing is stupid good. I mean, I know there's Chat GPT. This is like Chat GPT for hunters. It actually knows stuff about what we do at a deep level. It can tell you FOC, how to build your bow to go from whitetail hunt to a western hunt to kill an elk, and what your weight should be, your poundage. It's pretty weird that it can get it right. But Bill, it actually built out a AR with its instructions and has the AR there to show like this is the specs it told me to use, and here's the gun to prove that it's capable. And it was in the making for 4 years before he's launched it, per Bill's style. If you recall, Spartan Forge was in the making for 8 years before it saw the light of day. So just never know. He's probably working on something right now that's in year 3 that'll come out in 2 years from now that we've never heard of again.
It's a microprocessor.
It's a microprocessor.
It's not
Is it called
Duma.
Skynet? Because I got a bone to
It's
pick with
gonna be
Bill.
drones
It's Skynet.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anywho, I think that covers.
No. You also have a new sponsor.
What are you talking about? Bear?
No,
I said Rack Hub.
donkey butter.
The fuck is
Yeah,
that?
I mean, you thought your toast was good in the morning, and now you got donkey butter.
What happens if I say that word?
I don't know. Google it.
I'm not Googling that right now. I forgot to put the YouTube on the TV. I'm not Googling that.
Why not?
I'm not even going to say it. Last time I said something someone said to say, it came out as like a word phrase that you would like a word phrase that was like,
Yeah.
oh, I see what you did there. And then I said it out loud and it didn't sound like something you ever want to say out loud. My bad.
I don't know anything about this.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Has this been an inside joke I've not been a part of?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway,
Greg, what are you doing?
onward. Who's our
Do
guest
we need
today?
to have you confess something?
Who's our guest
He's
today?
really
I
not
feel like
trained.
there's something you want to
You
talk
did this
about.
to yourself.
No, I
Is
mean,
there something you want to tell us?
donkey butter. What's wrong with donkey butter?
Is that like bear grease?
Yeah, but better.
Oh,
It's stronger.
okay. Armando, welcome to the shit show. What's up, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good, brother. Doing good. Thank
I'm
you.
just making shit up.
Do you
want
want to tell us what donkey butter is? Do you have?
I don't know what it is, but I'm not Googling it from my computer either.
I don't know what that is, and I'm probably going to regret saying this, but after hiking 3 days, doing lots of miles in the hills, I felt like I could have used a little donkey butter to
See?
lubricate.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
feel like my body produced its own donkey butter in that area.
No, that's from under cheese. It's not cheese, but dairy product nonetheless.
I'm
See?
sorry, this is your episode.
That's all right. We're good.
I'm just. By the way, I'm just making shit up. It's
All right. Well, my
Part of
buddy's,
my- part of my
buddy's,
charm.
my buddy's gamer tag when we were growing up was bearded gravy. So then I was like, well, mine's goat's claw. We just kept making up weird shit like donkey butter. But people are like, oh, I just got shot by a goat's claw. What the fuck is that?
Nice.
Gotcha. Armando, thanks for joining us. Why don't you steal the show from us for right now and get us off of this weird.
Somebody please take over.
Yeah, tell us about yourself.
Cool. Well, happy to be here. Thank you, fellas. Congrats to you guys on all your success. I was able to run into Eric 2 years ago at the ATA and had been following along and just love the funny shit that you guys put out on a regular basis. I love the kill what you want to kill. I love the mentality you guys have and just taking the all too serious part out of hunting. So kudos to you guys for that. Me, I'm a New Mexico boy, born and raised, elk hunter, deer hunter, pretty much anything that lives in New Mexico and the surrounding areas I'll go after, and got into the realm of entrepreneurship and becoming an inventor and developing a couple of pretty cool products. So that's kind of what brought me to kind of be in the outdoor industry, and I'm grateful to be here.
Awesome.
Man after my heart. Bow hunting entrepreneur.
Yeah, and you're in a great place. I mean, New Mexico, big bull elk, big mule deer, big coos deer. I'm sure there's a lot of other opportunities down there as well.
We got it all. Yeah,
Donkey
we
butter.
do.
A little donkey butter.
You
There's
got
more
you should have
here
called
right
in a couple
now.
weeks ago when we did the mythical creatures one. You could have talked about how you maybe might be seeing a chupacabra out there, you know? He's
Oh,
like,
boy.
okay.
He's like, really?
Not
Now,
that funny,
now
Eric.
this just got freaking weird.
I was going to bring in the
I mean,
mythical
donkey butter's funny. Ha ha. Chupacabra.
I said chupacabra once.
Not that funny.
Yeah, I'm like the dad joke guy in the podcast, basically.
I think that's all of us.
We're We're just like awkward AF over here. So okay, so you actually know some other friends of ours over at Elk Bros, I think you do, right?
Yeah, no, those are my boys. I'm actually wearing an Elk Bro shirt today.
That's
Yeah, I
good.
love those guys.
We haven't talked to them in a little while. We should bring them back
No,
on.
and they're always willing to help you out.
They're so nice.
They're good
He's
dudes.
a teacher by trade, so of course teachers are such assholes.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. They're
Comes
like
with
the
the
best
territory.
people. You know, they do a lot of good. Well, tell us a little bit about. I mean, we'll just spend a small amount of time on the business, because like the name Bow Hitch implies a very specific product, but I think you're doing more than just that. But I mean, we could talk about that and what else you have going on over there. And I think just archery in general. We have some new bows over here, so I can finally get you some information about what we're shooting now that Greg is physically here. He's my bow
Sounds
guy.
good.
I don't.
We'll get you guys hooked up. Well,
Okay.
the Bow Hitch was definitely the first product that we came out with. Our slogan is "Carrying your bow sucks," and I think you guys as archers can attest to that. You know, that's pretty much what it boils down to. My partner and I, Doug, we're hunting. We've been hunting, career hunters, and every single person who bow hunts tries to carry some sort of contraption that will relieve them from carrying their bow. So we were fortunate enough to design what we ultimately named the Bow Hitch, and it's just a better way to carry your bow that keeps you actively hunting. So it's a badass product. You know, it's really hard to explain once you see it, and especially once you use it. There's no doubt that you're going to be very intrigued and probably get one. But basically, we keep you in the game. Your bow always hangs at your shooting side. That way, if you ever see an animal, you sneak up on something, all you do is raise your bow up to the shooting position, you slide off our strap, and you're ready to rock and roll. So just a very simple solution to a problem that every one of us as archers has.
I dig it, dude. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I think you've done really well in the hunt space, but also the 3D archery space, because you're just walking around and like it's different than a hunt. Although, I mean, this is the question I have though. Like some of the hunts Greg and I have gone on, he's dragged me through this. What is that tall shit?
The Frag Mighty.
Frag Mighty? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tall stuff that like doesn't break good and
It's basically miniature bamboo.
Yeah, pretty much.
it's terrible. It's terrible when it's green. It's terrible when it's dead. It's just terrible. But it has robbed me of a few arrows. I'm surprised my bowstrings haven't completely come off the bow.
Between the Frag Mighty and the giant ragweed, which is the stuff that usually you walk through and lose.
Is that what I'm talking about?
Yeah, giant ragweed.
Ragweed.
It's awful.
Oh my God.
Both of those things suck, but there's always deer living in them. So you got to go where the deer are and you got to fight with it.
But to that end, how well does the Bow Hitch hold up when you're just walking through trash? You know, am I going to trust it and know that my bow's not going to fall off my hip?
Right. Well, the good thing is that the Bow Hitch attaches to the load lifter on your backpack. So off of your left shoulder, or whatever. If you're left-handed, it's going to hang off your right. If you're right-handed, it hangs off your left. That way your bow is on you just come up and shoot with it. So when the good thing is the Bow Hitch strap is always attached to the Bow Hitch. So if you need to come up and over any debris, you're still lifting the Bow Hitch up and over. So you're not walking freely with your bow dangling around in whatever ragweed or whatever other shit you guys are talking about.
We got it up here.
So we got cattails, Frag Mighty, ragweed,
so-
and sometimes some canary
Buckthorn,
grass,
alders.
Yeah,
We're in all that crap all the
Yeah,
time.
so you just pick your bow up, walk through whatever section you need to, and then you lay it back down to your side and it stays there. So I mean, if you're gonna walk through brush, it's gonna hit brush, but it's as simple as picking it up and walking past your brush and then setting it back to your side, and it's already strapped up.
I like that. What have you heard from other people, like testimonials?
Oh man,
dude,
like we've been so fortunate. We just, there every once in a while there's these inventions that come along where they just kind of nail it because it's simple and there's not a lot to it. And I really feel that we are that way. Our testimonials have been amazing. Like I was just at the Hunt Expo in Utah, and we had a guy come up to us, and he's like, "Dude, I just had to buy another bow hitch because I was on a 3D shoot. You had just mentioned." He goes, "I was on a 3D shoot. Me and my wife were hiking along, shooting this course, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, 'Dude, what the fuck is that? How are you not carrying your bow?' And he's like, 'Well, I got a bow hitch.' And he's like, 'Where did you get that?' Like, he's like, sell it to me on the spot." So dude tells him, "How much will you sell it to me for? Name your price." He ends up trading him his brand new backpack. He said $380 backpack.
Oh my
Wow.
God, what?
Dude pulled out his Allen wrenches, took it off his bow, put it on the other guy's bow, and shook his hand and walked away. He's like, "Yeah." So I get online and I order one for another $50.
Nice.
People helping people.
People
Yeah.
helping people, yeah. So our test, it's been amazing, man. I tell people, like, when we first started, I was really afraid that we were kind of having the ugly baby syndrome, where everybody tells you your kid's kind of cute even though it's not too cute. So so I was under the impression that, well, I don't know if it's great or not. Like, I don't want to be convincing myself that it's great, and I don't want my friends and these other people just telling me it's great. But I mean, we've already been selling them for over 3 years, and the testimonials and the reviews we get, and people coming back to our booth just singing our praises and saying, "Dude, I will never hunt without one of these again." So it's going great, man. I mean, you would go on for days on that, but it's been amazing.
For 3D shooting, for any kind of course shooting, it would be great because you have both hands available.
Well, I need
right
one
up your-
available for my beer. I mean, that's
There you
that's
go.
Just
Yeah.
Well, that's for our area. You need the beer in your hand. But like, for us hunting, like
Right.
I carry mine everywhere because we're always going through brush and stuff. But as
Mhm.
soon as you like, so many guys are glassing, and everyone you see has got the chest bino pack, right? If you're actually glassing while you're walking, having your hands free and not holding a bow, like I carry my bow in every time I go hunting.
Yep.
But I have to set it down if I'm gonna, and I'm not glassing all the time.
Right.
But if you're in a place where you are glassing as you walk in, or you're using
It's nice to
trekking poles
not
because
have
you're
to set your
on a
bow in
3D
something.
course, or you're hiking up a mountain, man, that's got to be a game changer.
It's definitely nice to have.
Yeah, the 3D shoots are great because, and it's funny because we this is our third year, and we've learned that, like, on day one, like, we're a small business. We're both firemen, so nobody knows about us. We don't advertise, nothing like that. So a lot of the times when we go to a 3D shoot, that's the first time anybody's heard of us or seen us. So day one, they're like, "Oh, that looks pretty cool, but I'm good." And then day two, we sell a little more. By day three and day four, freaking everybody wants one because they're tired of carrying their bow. So it's pretty cool to be at those shoots, but that's the perfect environment for us, you know. And when we're there, we do free demos. Like, I try to tell people, I'm not selling you anything. If you want it, buy it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. But I'll let you try it for free. That way you make sure it's for you. You know, I don't want to sell you something you're not going to use.
Sure.
But there has been less than one handful of times that I put one on a bow and somebody didn't buy it. So, I mean, that's kind of the numbers we're looking at there.
So marketing's got to be pretty easy, right? Hey, you don't want to
Dude.
grow a third arm out of your ass. Get a bow.
Yeah, I hadn't used that one yet, but if it's open, we might
Do it.
do it.
He'll sell
I
more.
knew Greg was going to be valuable to this episode, but I just didn't know in what ways.
Oh man,
there it
I
is.
got to make up for all the shit I haven't said, right?
Yeah,
There
you've
he
been
is.
an
I'm gonna
MIA
do it
for a
all
bit.
tonight. Get my quota in.
We have a caller. We'll take a call. We may take a couple callers throughout the podcast here, but we'll bring one on. See if they have any questions for you or thoughts or things of that nature, stories, so forth.
Sure.
Long-time listener, not first-time caller. Noah, you're live on the show. How you been, buddy?
Geez, quickest response I've ever gotten from that, Eric.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Cheers to that.
How's it going, bud?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Can't wait to get out turkey hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was brave enough to Google
Oh shit.
the donkey butter because my Google's already
Yours
What's
is
they
already
call-
tainted
What-
with bad things.
What's your search history up to?
not important. Not important.
Do you have a burner computer for that?
I need to hear the answer. Stop interrupting him.
He Googled it on a
It's
track
weed.
phone.
The joke is weed.
It's weed. See?
Did you know that though?
It's crazy irony.
What's happening, Greg?
Dude,
Has he had some
No,
donkey butter
man.
tonight?
No gummies, no weed, none of that stuff.
Holy shit!
God, right away.
Thanks for bringing some for us.
You go jump my shit
I
about it.
had an edible, maybe I don't know, not that long ago.
Well,
Not tonight.
Maybe, again,
like-
you yell at me for that, Sharon.
But
and
it
here
was
you are.
one, and it was too much, and I didn't know that, and I was like, oh.
It was a touch too much.
It started
huh?
to mess with the.
So instead
the
of just
perception
eating
of
the ears
time.
off the gummy bear, you ate the
It
whole
was
head
just like
and
the
the
whole
neck.
thing. I was like, I'll take a whole
Nah,
thing,
down
and
with
then
it.
next thing you know, I'm like,
Your donkey butter
I got-
equilibrium was off.
yeah, it was too. I was like, wow, it's been 10 o'clock for like 5 hours. I'm
Oh,
not
damn.
coming out of this.
Why can't we get on this couch?
This is
Well-
not an episode of Weed and Whitetails. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. More to come.
Not yet. Okay.
We'll blaze that up later.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh my god. Well, thanks for that. Do you got any questions for our guests? Dude, this has got you gotta be. I'm sorry, Armando. This is
No,
like
you're not.
well, I feel
Very good. Very good.
Armando,
Armando knew
I
what he
wanna
was
say,
getting into.
New Mexico, I actually have some family in Albuquerque.
Nice.
I've been down there a few times.
That's where I'm at.
So sounds really cool. I'll definitely be taking a look at it, especially for the foam fest these guys put on later
that'd
in
be a good
summer.
idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that course isn't too long, but yeah, I mean it'd be a great use case.
It's still nice though, because if
We
you're-
can have
the
we
beer
should bring a
hand.
bunch
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's the beer course.
Uh-huh.
Hence
No,
Fun
no,
Fest.
I'm just curious with the connection and family in New Mexico and their draw system for elk. Have you ever applied for an elk tag in New Mexico?
Not yet.
Gotta get on
I
that.
have yet to kind of look at it yet.
How old are you?
I'm still getting the handle of whitetail. I want to go get some elk. I apply for the Wisconsin elk tag every year.
Yep, we all do.
If I win that, I better go buy a Powerball ticket the same night.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Certainly should. Well, how old are you, Noah?
26.
Oh, see, you're at the right age. So 6 years ago, you should have been applying already, but get to it, man. Start applying. Keep accruing points.
Well, because New Mexico is like a true draw, though, isn't it? Isn't it a true lottery? Like there is no points. Anyone can win one,
maybe,
right?
Maybe it's
Armando
not.
can speak to that, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's a true lottery.
Anyone
Anybody
can
at any time.
So
Yeah.
points don't mean anything.
I've
then.
heard great things from the Elk Bros about. He's like everyone wants to go get the scenery of Montana.
Yeah.
No, I
and
want to go. I
Colorado.
would honestly.
But listen, this is what they say. They're like, you are gonna have a really fun hunt here. Like it's a really good hunting.
I would go to New
experience.
Mexico.
So,
Yeah, it's amazing. We do have amazing hunting. Our country, I mean, you can find any country that's around the rest of the, whatever country you're looking for, we have it. We have above tree line. We have, other than the water, you're not going to see a lot of lakes and you're not going to see a lot of, river crossings and streams. Other than that, we have our alpine parks. We have the Aspens. We have, we're a high desert. We get a lot of the same stuff that Utah has. Yeah, it's amazing and it's a true lottery. So you guys are doing yourself a disservice if you don't put in just because you never know.
Yeah.
Boys,
Cool.
we have a mission now.
I have a mission.
Sounds like I might be having plenty of time to do it. I don't know how controversial you want to get on this call tonight.
Well, it depends on how much time we're talking. Because if we need to extend time, we know what to do.
Yeah.
Donkey butter.
Well, I just read today that I guess a bill just passed the state assembly that's going to ban doe hunting up north for 4 years.
It passed.
Did it get passed?
Well,
It passed the assembly.
it passed the
It's supposed to go through
assembly. It's still got to get through the Senate yet.
Hear ye, we say nay to that. No, I don't know. We talked a
That's,
little bit. I
We
don't,
talked
I don't
about it
know.
one time.
They're
Yeah.
trying to use it as a management tool, but they're going about it in a very political way, and you're going to piss people off no matter what you do.
No matter what you do, someone's going to be raging.
Mm-hmm.
Should we start the race?
I mean, like
Should
a
we start
year
the
or two, or
rage?
like per person, like one tag a person. I could see a complete ban for 4 years. Just sounds like it'll spread CWD more than anything else.
Well, but that's a farce. Depending on who you
Not in
talk
the
to.
southern half of the state.
No,
Wow, that's
not
really
not in the
interesting.
southwestern part of the
Isn't that
state.
amazing how the one state can be managed so differently?
Mhm.
I don't get it.
It's our state's a weird one with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Armando, we're not talking elk here, but like
That's all right.
southern half versus our northern half, it's like two different
It is two different worlds.
territories, right?
So,
Like,
yeah, 100%.
it's wild.
But it does need to be managed different. I don't know if that's the
Absolutely.
answer. I don't know if that's the answer. Maybe getting more involved with biologists, and I know everybody cringes at that because biologists don't know shit. But go off of what the biologists have to say. If they're telling you, hey, there's enough does up here to support killing, enough does on a lottery system, for Washington County or whatever, how many tags are allocated for that because they have such a large population. Well, you go to Douglas County, way, way up there, there's more wolves, there's more bears, there's things going on up there, and plenty of people hunt there still. But you look at what's in there, that population, and if the majority of it is does and they're seeing very little bucks, maybe they need to kill more does. The biologists will tell you that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a pro at it.
Don't put out your.
That was deep, bro. That was
That's
deep.
deep, bro. Donkey butter.
Donkey butter. That
No.
donkey butter got him.
No, you did. You got it, Armando.
No, dude. Thanks for the call. Not too controversial at all. We appreciate it, buddy.
Okay, no problem, guys.
I'm still getting used to the just dropping people, and I don't know how to do that.
But Noah's a return customer.
Yeah.
He knows what to
He
expect.
understands that I
He
won't
knows
F
the
it up.
number. He knows. the number.
He knows we got nothing but brotherly love for him.
That's a deep topic. But Armando, how are you from like an archery standpoint? Are you like a dead eye? Are you like me losing arrows on your first arrow shot on a course?
No,
I was gonna send it.
I would say I'm a pie plate type of guy. Like,
Perfect.
I'm pretty confident that I could go take my bow out. You set up pretty much whatever range, that's 80 yards and under, and I'd probably hit a pie plate, 8 out of 10 times.
That's beautiful.
That's nice. 80 yards.
Yeah, but I'm not splitting hairs either, so I'm not, I'm not a professional archer by any means. I'll still shank them. I'll still lose arrows. I'll still do dumb shit, but I'm fairly, I'm pretty decent.
Those hair splitting guys who are real good, they're just, they got money. They can blow up arrows and bust knocks.
I don't do
I
that.
don't want to be that good.
Well, time too, right? Like Levi Morgan's a professional archer. That is his first and foremost job in the world, where the rest of us are trying to do 2, 3, 4 things to make it.
Mm.
Absolutely.
How much do you have to shoot if you're a professional archer? Let's just think about that for a second. You just wake up and piss excellence and shoot arrows, right?
No, I think like John Dudley was saying when they do training, they're doing like 500 a day, something like that.
That's a lot.
Five.
That's a lot of muscle
500
memory.
arrows a day.
Think of all that muscle memory you need to be able to get a crisp break on your release and not slap it like
What are
it's
you
your old
talking
lady.
about? Muscle memory and crisp release? These are not terms I'm familiar with.
Dude,
Speaking in
read
a
a
way,
book.
yeah, I
Have
don't
some donkey
understand.
butter.
I don't understand the words
What
come
the
out of your mouth.
hell are you talking about?
I'm going to take it as offense.
He's taking it as offense. Picket
You are
fence, a
offending
barbed
me.
wire fence.
In
I'm
my
not
own
offended.
house, you
I don't
come here
underst-
with these terms?
Was that from For Real Virgin? I don't understand the word you're saying, so now I'm going to take it as offense.
Hillbilly,
Hillbilly.
white trash.
White trash.
You know why I called you that? No, but that's a good point, Greg. Those things that you're talking about.
I
At
said
what
I
point
said.
do you like? I've learned muscle memory in some things.
I'm sure you have.
Now it's going to get weird again. I mean, donkey butter.
Then why'd you look at me like that?
Yeah. He did. He
I knew
totally
what I
looked-
said.
I was
like,
gonna
was
go
smart.
with it.
with a smirk,
But
and
then
his face was red when
Your
he said
eye
it.
got that jolly little wink in it.
Yeah,
It was
it
like,
did. A little twinkle in it.
Poor Armando.
I
Came
was thinking about like martial arts. Okay, like
No, now we're going martial arts. Why couldn't we stick to archery?
well, I'm just saying I've
Martial
experienced
archery.
what it's like.
Martial archery.
There we go. Martial archery. There's your next brand. Holy shit! I was just saying I've experienced what it's like to achieve true muscle memory from martial arts. Okay. And then that just means you're doing something without even thinking about it. Eudaimonia. We talked about that before. Who was here at that one? Was that you, Derek? That was you.
I remember the word. What the hell does that mean?
Dominate me? Is that what he said?
I was all donkey buttered up. No, I'm just joking.
This episode's making my abs hurt.
No, remind me.
Udamine is like perfecting a craft so much so that like it becomes totally second.
You don't think about it. Yep.
So similar with the muscle and everything, but I don't have that with my bow. I clearly do not shoot.
I feel like when
Oh,
you get
we
to that,
know.
I feel like when you get to that level though, the eudaimon,
Eudaimonia.
it becomes really hard to explain to people.
Yeah, eugonorrhea.
When you do something so much that it becomes like second nature where you don't think about it, it becomes hard to like
You can't
teach or
teach it
tell
then.
people what you're doing because you don't think about it the same way as like a new person would.
Yeah.
But that's how you get good, is you get to the point where you don't have to think about it.
You know how you get really good at it, Armando? This is a hack. Don't
Let's hear it.
carry your freaking bow, so then your
Go
shoulder
for it.
doesn't get tired.
You're rested.
There you go.
You're not fatigued from just carrying the damn thing from course to course or station to station. You're like, nah, man, I'm not tired at all.
Or from the truck to the tree stand or
They say-
whatever.
They say you don't shoot or practice or do whatever it is until you get it right. You do it until you can't get it wrong.
I like that.
Wait, say that again. I need to hear that again.
If you're let's use archery for example. You don't practice archery until you get the shot right. You practice archery until you can't get the shot wrong.
Mhm.
Until you can't get it wrong. Boy, that'll
That's
take
the
me a long
Very
muscle.
time. Let me
positive
tell you,
outlook on things.
I will find a way to make Greg's
Hey,
giving
when
me
you guys sober up and you hear that, you're gonna be like, "Damn,
Oh,
that dude was that boy good."
I'm not even one scotch deep yet.
Yeah,
We're
he's
bourbon.
all-
Patrick Shields commented, for those that were fans of Method Archery and their arrows, word is that they're reopening under a new owner, former employee, just waiting for it to finalize. That's exciting to hear.
Mhm.
Cool.
That's pretty neat. We're big fans of those guys.
I
Um,
shoot methods. They're great arrows. That's great to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not the gospel news source here, so if you heard it here first, don't count it if it's wrong.
Don't post it.
That's right. You heard it here first.
No, I had great luck with methods.
Mhm.
I still got stacks of them in my basement that will probably get pulled out on a rainy day to get tinkered with.
That's what I'm going to be using in Texas for the hogs. And
And if you need some more, let me know.
Yeah, Greg and I got some grizzly stick that I got to put through the paces of the new bow that I got to get outfitted here. But I'm waiting
Yeah.
for yours to show up so we can go together. So then it's not a
Mhm.
selfish endeavor.
Right?
I don't want to put Armando on the spot, but I'm assuming you have one of your hitches close by, maybe within
Sure.
arc reach. But I'm a visual learner.
Yeah, let's see
Do
this.
you have one for the folks who are watching on YouTube or can check it out? Do you have one and kind of show us how it works?
Do you,
I mean,
also,
it's-
so
have it
this-
on do you also have it on a bow?
So this is the bow hitch right here. Actually, I do. I have my old bow. This is an old Bowtech Tribute, right? So super old bow, but they all work the same. So the newer bows, the bow hitch mounts directly to the riser because everybody's going to the Picatinny rails and
Right.
everything's super streamlined. So on the newer bows, we attach the bow hitch directly to the riser because even though they're selling inline, not everybody's putting them on, so the risers are still tapped for the bow hitch or for a sight. So on your old sights, this is what you got to do. It depends what bows you guys are going to shoot and how you set it up, but the bow hitch mounts in between the sight and the quiver. So as simple as that, we take the quiver mount off, we put the bow hitch on, we put 2 screws back, and the bow hitch is installed. Simple as that. Doesn't
no
affect
messing
your
with the sight. Yep.
no, we don't adjust your sights at all. Zero effect. And when you see it, you can see it's 14 gauge steel, so it's just nice and tight and out of the way. I mean, it's just something you'll never notice. The best analogy is it's like a doorstop. The bottom one that sits on the bottom of your door. Once you put it on, you don't notice it's there. It's kind of out of the way. But when you need the bastard, you're really happy you have it. So that's kind of the best way to put it.
Cool.
Yeah, I put a hole in the drywall on accident, or one of our kids did, because they swung a door open too fast, and I was like, "Damn it! I didn't have one of those bastards on there."
You needed a bastard on it, dude. Yeah. So here's a newer bow. We just gave this bow away in our random acts of kindness. But what you would do is you just take the quiver mount off, pull those 2 screws, slide in the bow hitch, put it back, That's all there is to it. That's literally how simple it is to install. So you can see our YouTube videos are under a minute, 2 minutes if you don't know what you're doing, but that's all there is to it.
Nice and simple.
Easy even for me. So what types of models are there like for like I have a Bear Persist that'll be shooting this year. You're doing a Bear Alaskan. What do you have? A Matthews
I'm gonna have a Matthews lift.
Yeah, so we have, and I'll
What is
show you
Tyler?
here.
The
Tyler's is a Whitetail Max.
Whitetail Max. So like,
We
okay,
have 3 different sizes here, so you can see the length. The build is exactly the same. The only thing different is the length and how far they stick out. And this will make sense. Let me get my bow back up. What we're looking for on the bow hitch is that once it's mounted, this opening here sticks out past the last arrow in your quiver. So some quivers, like the tight spots, stick way out over here, kind of by your string. So if I had a small one, it'd be hidden behind my arrows. So that's the reason we have the 3 sizes. We just bump it out to make sure our opening sticks out just past your last arrow. And that's it. Other than that, the models we have now, we have you mentioned the Elk Bros. We have an Elk Bros edition bow hitch. Actually, I have one right here. So they have their logo on there. So
oh, nice.
that's a special edition that they have. I'm signing a contract with Major League Bow Hunter, who they're gonna have their own edition of the bow hitch.
Cool.
We're just growing, man. We're getting a bunch of partnerships, and so it's still the same bow hitch, but a little bit more personalized.
Very cool. And then it looks like so the hitch comes out right behind your last arrow of your quiver, and then is that the side that hangs next to your body?
Exactly. Yeah.
Quiver's up against, so it's not getting pulled off or torn off by branches, which I've had happen to me.
Yes, your arrows are close to your body, so you're not worried about it. They're tucked in next to your torso.
You guys
Nice.
remember the story when I lost my quiver this last fall? And it took
I
me
do.
like 2 hours to find that son of a
And you only walked past it, what, twice?
Yeah,
at
twice.
least?
It was
Yeah.
right where I realized I lost it.
Right where I knew I
thought it
lost
was
it.
a mile
I
back.
knew it.
Let me guess. It was in the last place you looked.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I wasn't happy to hear that that happened to you, but I was also relieved that you are human and not all buck killer.
Yeah, because all the bucks I killed this year.
I was like, Derek, he makes mistakes.
Yeah,
Wow.
we've all had a tough year this year. Let's just face it.
Yeah.
On to 2024, baby.
TikTok has no audio for the 4th week in a row. Well, damn it. Thanks, Dustin. I don't know what the deal is. It's connected to the Bluetooth. I don't know why. It's
Way to
not
go,
working.
Dick Talk.
All right,
Freaking
then.
commies.
We're just punishing TikTok.
I don't know why the audio over there. Like, I have no idea. It doesn't. It should work. It should work. I don't know. It's never been a problem before, and it's a problem now. And
Well, you've been
is what it is.
blackballed.
but guess
can
what,
I say?
Dustin? It brought you over to our YouTube, which is better. Anyways,
Mhm.
thank you. Can you talk about the random acts of kindness?
Yeah, that caught my interest too.
Yeah,
what's going
what's
on
up
here?
with that?
Oh man, you guys, that it's incredible. So this is our 3rd year of doing it, and it sounds like just what it is, just random acts of kindness. So we do it every January. This is our 3rd January that we've done it. It started out, my brother was getting into hunting. He doesn't have a lot of extra money. And anyway, I was starting up the business. We had just launched, and he bought a spotting scope. And it was a nice spotting scope, worth a little bit of money. And he said, "Hey, bro," he brought it to my house, and he said, "This is for you. I want you to do whatever you want to with it, and give it away, sell it, use the money for the business, raffle it. I mean, I don't know how you work with the business stuff, but if it'll help you, I bought it for you." And so I sat on it for a couple of months. I didn't know what I was gonna do with it, and it was right in 2021, and everybody was mad at each other for just about anything, right? Like, I mean, it didn't
Right.
matter. People were pissed off just to be pissed off. So what I decided to do was just start a random acts of kindness campaign, and all people had to do to win this spotting scope was to do something kind for somebody else, a stranger, somebody, like, it didn't matter. It didn't cost you anything. And what they would do is follow us on Instagram and just put their kind deed into our comment section, and that got them entered into our random acts of kindness. So it grew from having one spotting scope, and then my local archery shop was like, dude, can you come by? I want to give you something for the random act. So, all right, cool. They gave me a brand new bow to give away. I mean, I ended up with, I think that first year was like 15, 16 prizes. And fast forward to the following year, a buddy of mine out in Maui, he donated an access deer hunt. So
Wow.
last year,
That would be
we gave
cool.
away an access deer hunt where the guy went to Maui, killed a buck and a doe. We gave away a shitload of prizes. I mean, the bow rack gave arrows. Dude, there's so many people. Corbin's Archery threw in. They mail us your bow. We'll put new strings, get a full tune on it, and mail it back to you. We gave away backpacks. We gave away tons of bow hitches. I mean, just amazing. And same thing this year. We gave it away. We haven't given it away. We're giving it away next weekend. But the Access Deer Hunt and the Elk Bros are teaming up with Baldy Ridge Outfitters. We're giving away a fully guided cow elk hunt. Um, Lessons to the Elk Bros Blue Collar Elk Academy, bugle tubes, Phelps game calls, um, initial ascent. Like, I mean, tons of people who I've been able to make friends with just love the Bow Hitch and the page, you know, like our following and the random acts of kindness. So I was getting emails and DMs every day saying, "Hey man, I want in. Give away some passes to MAF, to, you know, Western Hunt Fest, give away this, give away that." So I think we ended up with 39 or 40 prizes that we're giving away this
Hard
year.
to manage at that capacity. It
It's
becomes
dude, it's a pain
a
in
lot
the
of
ass.
work.
Honestly, it's a lot of work. So it's a ton. It was a lot. But people love it, man, and it gets people doing the right thing. So it's all good.
Good on you, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah, way to be a good and solid human.
See, I told you at the beginning, you're just a good human and a good dude. We're happy to talk to you.
And that's
Well,
fun though. It's rewarding to give somebody something out of the blue, you know, and surprise the hell out of them for just
Even
being a
just
good
the
person.
bows we gave away at Foam Fest.
Oh yeah, people were
Those are
jacked
my
about
two
it.
favorite moments of Foam Fest each year. Your daughter and my buddy, which was not planned or rigged. I don't know how it worked out that way. I really don't.
The first year, your buddy won one, and then that woman won one.
That's right.
And they were both just,
Yeah.
let's set, like, can we set them up right now? So
Oh yeah,
you were setting them up.
yeah.
That was,
I was setting bows up.
it's awesome. The guy who won the bow the first year, he was a friend of mine, and he actually drew an elk tag. I went hunting with him, and he killed his first elk
Huh.
with a bow. With the bow he won in random acts of kindness. So
That's
freaking awesome.
what a
awesome.
story.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
cool. So cool.
Lots of cool program, a lot of work, heavy lift. Hopefully you have some help. Sounds like you have a business partner. Like you're not doing it on your own. I think Greg and I tried doing giveaway stuff once.
It was
We
tough.
got fairly into it for a minute there, and I was like, God, this is a ton of work.
Trying to
It's a
manage,
lot.
you know, did they send us this stuff to give away? No, it didn't show up yet, and you know, it was tough.
Even Foam Fest, when we do the giveaway stuff there, it's a lot to procure everything and like set up and things. Not everything is like on hand, so it's like passing along the consumer information and being middleman. And yeah, I think your random act of kindness is doing the random act of kindness. Like,
Yeah, it's funny
guys-
that somebody tried nominating me for that. They were like, "Dude, I'm nominating you," you know, so because this is a lot of work, and I know it.
yeah.
Well, I know the guy was your buddy, but here you got the guy a bow. And then it sounds like you went out and helped with the guided hunt and, like, you know,
Dude, it
what a
was
cool
awesome.
experience.
Yeah, he had the hunt of a lifetime, and he's you know, an emotional hunter, if you will. So he had this bull come in, and I'll set the stage for you guys. He was sitting in a blind, a water hole in New Mexico. We build blinds to the side of them. It's not, you know, typically not a pop-up blind. We build in with brush and stuff. And so we had built into this brush blind. He's sitting in the blind. Coming in the evening, he can hear this bull bugle behind him, and he bugles, you know, 3-4 times, announcing his presence and coming in. And the trail is like 12 yards to his left that comes in. The wind was blowing perfect, and the freaking cows come in and walk right over him. and go to the water, and they start playing in the water. He bugles from right behind him, and he said he starts to shit himself right about now. And, he's like, dude, it took everything I had not to turn and look. He goes, because I've walked him through this and talking. I'm like, dude, you just can't move. Like, they're coming. They just need a reason not to come. Don't give it to them. Let them come. Just be patient. And so the bull comes by him, stops and scans and looks literally over him. He's like, he's trying to catch him out of the peripheral of his eye. He's like, but I'm just like, don't look, don't turn. And I'm like, because I could just hear you screaming at me, don't turn, don't turn. So he kept his head straight, and he has his bow already set up right to the water hole where it's going to come. So all he has to do is draw back. So the bull does a stop and scan, walks over the rise and into the water, stands broadside at like 12 yards. He gets his bow back, and he's shaking so much, all he can hear is and so he lets down, and he's like, dude, gather yourself, like gain some control. He said, I drew back and he smoked him. The bull jumped through the water hole and died right on the other side.
Oh my
Nice.
God. I came unglued listening to that story. I could not have lived through that.
Yeah, it was yeah, dude, I could see his smile right now. Like, he was so excited. So I was sitting at another area with another buddy of mine, and when I come back to meet him, I'd meet him on the road, and he's just holding the nutsack, and he throws it to me, and I was like, let's go.
Oh, dude.
Oh, what an announcement.
Yeah,
It's a
that
boy.
was it,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a boy.
Yeah, so we took those home and ate them. We always eat the Rocky Mountain oysters.
Cool.
Man, that's got to be quite the recipe, huh?
Dude, it's so good. If you guys haven't, I mean, they're not. It's awesome. It's
Had a meatball sub, but I don't think it was as good a way.
it's
Donkey
not quite
butter.
donkey
Shut
butter,
up.
but it's not quite donkey butter, but it'll eat.
If you had some donkey butter to go with it, I'm sure anything would taste great.
Oh,
Man, this is so good. What are we eating again? Meatballs.
Meatball
Right.
Meaty balls.
and a
Yeah.
little butter.
Holy cow. So when did the business officially start?
Man, we're 5 years into it now. It took us about 2 years to get to where we were officially a business. You know, it was 5 years ago that our idea started, and we shook hands to go into a partnership and create what we thought the archery world needed. From then, like, it came home, we had a concept, right? And I drew the first one on a napkin on my dinner table. I still have the napkin.
Yes, story, man.
Nice.
And I drew it out, and I was like, man, I think this is what we need. It needs to be perfectly balanced, kind of end up by the D loop. That way, when it sits on your side, it's just kind of hanging there. And, so that's how the concept was born. Fast forward about 2 months later, I was about halfway sauced, and I was like, well, I guess I'll go fucking build it. So I go into the garage, I get my angle grinder out and scribe this napkin and put it on a piece of metal.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah, dude, cut the first one out. I get my bow and I drill some pilot holes and try not to jack my bow up too bad. And that's how the first one was made. I had an elk hunt that year, and I took it out, and my uncle and another guy was hunting it. They were like, what in the world is that? Like, bro, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, dude, I made it. It's gonna carry my bow for me. And they're like, like, just laugh me off the mountain, dude. I'm like, whatever, dude. Cool thing, whatever it is. And I mean, at the time, we didn't even have a strap that goes to our backpack, so I was just running it off my bino harness. So anytime I'd stop it, just hang it on my harness. And then after a while, I figured, man, I could just hike with it hanging on my harness, and then I don't have to hook it. It's already hooked. And by the end of the hunt, they were like, dude, you're rude. Like, why wouldn't you build 3 of them? Like, you knew we were coming, So they were pretty upset that they didn't have one. And man, that's really the start of it, and how it that's the first Bow Hitch rendition is how it started out.
I love that you're a little sauce and like, gotta build this thing, man.
Dude, I was a little bit sauced,
That's
and I was
awesome.
like, let's go.
Let's
Yep.
bring this
Dude,
napkin into the real world.
That's how
Yep.
some of the best ideas come about. You're just sitting around having a few, and all of a sudden, the light bulb comes on.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I saw some of a lot of the ideas for this, whatever the hell we're doing here. I mean,
Yeah.
at least every Tuesday night, I'm at least one bourbon deep. At
Yep.
least.
That's a warm up.
Yeah, typically. No, that's great, man. And so 5 years in, you got a lot more happening. Like I can't imagine manufacturing. You're not. Are you
Dude,
still doing them yourself, or are you
It's
doing a supply chain? Like, has that been hard through the the bullshit that's happened over the last couple of years?
it's been very well. The first ones we made were like we've grown quite a bit in the fact that the first ones we had were cut out of a plasma cutter. And well, the first one obviously was my garage with a Sharpie and and a grinder. But then we
OG.
graduated and we found somebody to hit us with the plasma cutter. And those ones were, the concept was there, but they were kind of sloppy. I was having to go through and sand each one and then go through and hit pilot holes, each one of our screw holes. And they took an extra, like compared to where we're at now, it took a lot of time to make each bow hitch. So fortunate for us, everything is made here in New Mexico. So
Wow.
I have a guy who cuts them here in Albuquerque or just outside of Albuquerque, but he has a laser. So they're laser cut here in Albuquerque or outside of Albuquerque, and then they're powder coated here in Albuquerque, and then we have a lady who sews all of our straps in Albuquerque. So it's it's been a lot. Just like you mentioned, a lot of things changed over the last few years. So the prices still was out of control. That went up like a lot. So man, just 3 years of selling them. The good news is everybody loves it, so that keeps us going. It's not like we're, not selling them. The hard part is both of us being firemen and not business savvy, as far as, starting a new business, running a business, like basically anything to do with business. Like our customer service is great. We both are in the business of taking care of people. That's what our whole profession was built on. So fortunately for us, that's really what's the important part of a business. Like you can have a shitty product, but if you take care of the people, like, they're kind of going to give you a pass. So for us, we're fortunate that we have a cool product and we take care of everybody. So once we figure out how to get in front of the masses and show people what we're about and, just kind of take that next step, we'll be all right. But we've grown at a good pace to where we haven't stepped on any landmines. A lot of what I've learned in business is people have to learn from these hard mistakes and from failing. Like my goal is to not do that. Like grow at a pace where I can manage not to fail and f up too many things on the way up. But we're coming.
We're gonna fail a lot on our end.
It's going to happen.
I've already have in
But
some ways.
Back to
but
what you just said.
It's a good mentality.
Being able to support the product no matter what it is, and being willing to make changes to your product if you need to. You're small enough where you can. I work for a company. That's what I do. I support products, good, bad, or indifferent. There's always strong points and weak points to things, and if you can improve on the weak points and do it pretty quickly, people really appreciate that, and they'll always come back.
Well, they feel heard if you're
Yes.
listening to the consumer
Mhm.
and you're making improvements based on their feedback. If you want to be nice about it, like then that'll satisfy the market to a degree of like, hey, we like these guys.
It goes a long way.
That's cool. Where do give us all the obvious places people find you? How do they go about this? Maybe even what your trade show schedule looks like if they want to come see in person, in addition to any sort of online presence.
Sure. So right now you guys can look us up at thebowhitch.com, thebowhitch.com. Our Instagram page and our Facebook page is at the Bow Hitch. I typically do everything on the Instagram page. Whatever transfers over to Facebook, great. If it doesn't, then you don't get it. Like, I just haven't figured out the whole Facebook deal yet, and Instagram has been enough of a time taker than as it is in its own right. So we have plenty of videos on YouTube. A lot of people have been gracious enough to review us on YouTube. So, just do a YouTube search on, Bow Hitch review or how the bow hitch works, and you guys will get a great, taste of what it is. Our DMs, you shoot us a DM at any time, and we do a really good job at reaching back out and answering your questions. And like I said before, we're not trying to sell you anything. You got a question, I want to answer it. And, I might not even like the answer, but I'm not going to bullshit you about it. So we're not, there's not one product that's perfect for everybody. And I absolutely understand that. And if ours works for you, then I'd love for you to have one. And if it doesn't, you tell me why you don't like it and the way you hunt, and I'll tell you who I think you're going to work off better with.
Cool, man.
That's
Cool.
great. It's a great disposition. Glad we got to have you on. What were you drinking? Were you drinking anything this whole night or no? We got water over there? Soda?
Dude, I love to drink, but I gave it up for Lent.
Good man.
Oh, good for
Attaboy.
you. Good for
Good
you.
for you.
Yeah. And I love that Angel's Envy too. So
Oh,
We're just over here teasing
Thanks
you.
for running that in, fellas. I appreciate that. That was cool.
You know why we're here. We're here to just make you feel good about
Yeah, no, I'm good. You guys keep. Yeah. Have you tried the rye?
The rye?
No, this was
Right.
I did a bourbon Christmas thing giveaway, and this is one of the bottles that got sent to me. So
Try the Angel's Envy rye. It's
I
fantastic.
probably will like it. I like the bullet rye a lot.
I like
so,
anything rye.
yeah.
It's,
sure I
it's, it's really good.
Rye
Or
is
the Wild Turkey rare breed rye is
We should
money.
probably have some wild turkey.
I think we need to have some
for
in
turkey
lieu
season
of
coming up.
turkey season coming. I think so.
We're gonna get Matt Stryman here for a couple episodes.
We need to.
This
Oh, does
whenever,
Matt?
next month.
Does he turkey out?
Are
Does
bonita
eat
fish
turkey.
big?
It's a trophy fish, so yeah.
What was
It's
I
kind of
saying
a
now? Jesus, Dale. Ruin the story. We just quote movies here all the time because that's all we put up for
Stupid
content.
movies
So,
on
like,
top of it.
I think I know a quote to every single movie ever effing made. The way we put out content,
At
It's
least
just
most of the stupid
ridiculous.
ones. Yes.
I've been really actually started watching a show because of the content I put out. I'd never seen. And I was like,
Which one was it? Parks and Rec?
I
No, it
was
actually
Parks and
wondered
Rec.
that the other day. We put out something from like an obscure show. I was like, does Eric actually know these shows?
Yeah,
No,
right.
most of them I don't, but a lot of them I do, but there's some I don't. But there was one where it was this dude. It was the he's sitting in a chair. He's like, I really want to start off this year positively, and it was me showing the miss, and then it like cut to that scene. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The show is called Bear, and it's about a chef that's like this world-renowned chef that gets like his brother dies, and he goes to take over the shitty restaurant in Chicago, and so you have this like world-class chef making freaking sandwiches. And I was like, this is actually a pretty good show. And I watch it because of that clip.
Thank you, me.
Nice work.
So, I mean, I'd love to hear from folks in the audience if you've started watching a TV show or a movie because of the content we put out.
Lord have mercy.
I put another one out the other day. Brad, I think it was Brad? Yeah, Brad Pitt. I think it's something about a movie called Hollywood or something. And he's just checking out this hooker on the side of the road. And every time I cut to the hooker scene, I put in a turkey.
I did see that.
So, I have fun with it. It's pretty great.
You're good at it, dude. You are freaking awesome at it. I tell
Not
you that.
just me. Tyler does a lot of it too, so I can't take full
You
credit.
guys trade off.
Yeah,
Whoever's doing is badass.
yeah, it's fun. But a lot of people are doing that kind of stuff nowadays. So what do you know? It's all the damn same. But no, thanks for joining us. And sorry, you didn't say your trade show circuit?
Yeah. So we're gonna be hitting the Total Archery Challenge in San Antonio. We'll be in Denver, and we will be in Utah as well for TAC. We will be in Purgatory, Colorado for Mountain Archery Fest, and then we will be in Flagstaff, Arizona for Hunt, Hike, Harvest. Or no, what is it called? Hike to Hunt. That one's called Hike to Hunt. And then we will also be in New Mexico and Colorado Springs for Western Hunt Fest. And
Cool.
so that's our show season for this
Thing you
for this
retired,
year.
young man.
That's a busy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. My daughter plays competitive volleyball, so that's between volleyball and a full-time job.
Whew.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Good
it's
luck.
a lot.
Man, it is a lot.
I'm lucky to get to a trade show or two here. I start to get a little kitty wampus and weird about like, man, boss, how much time can I really take off? It says unlimited PTO, but like, how far can I push that? and then I got 3 kids and the wife, and it's like, I feel bad. I have to say no to a lot of stuff, and I would really love the day when I can say yes to most of it, and I, just keep grinding and hope we get there.
Someday it'll happen.
Well, I'm
Stay
glad.
the course, boys. Stay the course. You will. You guys are killing it. I love what you guys are doing, and it's awesome. So keep it up.
Well, one to another. Thank you, sir. It's a high
Yeah, we
compliment.
appreciate what you're
Appreciate it.
doing.
Yes.
So we'll have to have let's talk more about what we can do to bring your product to Foam Fest. And we're doing some giveaways with Bear Archery as one of our new partners. So it'd be really cool to then also pair that bow giveaway with some additional products like yours. I mean, selfishly, we'd love to have them, but I would like to make sure other people in our listenership and viewership would receive them. I think they'd really enjoy that. So
happy to help however we can. Obviously, I want to get you guys set up. That way you can speak firsthand about it and be able to tell people what you, what you think about it and honest opinions. Like I'm not selling anything. I'm just showing you guys what we have. And
Sure.
I have no doubt that once you put it on, you're going to be like, that's the shit right
this
there.
thing's a piece of shit. This is that first one he made in the garage. Damn it.
And I'll be over here like, I kind of like the artistry of this first one. It's rough, but I like it.
Yeah, and you know how I did it?
Greg's gonna start
I
sanding
looked
it.
at
can
the
still see
sheet metal on my ductwork, and I traced it out on my ductwork and cut a hole out of it.
I like that you can still see the Sharpie marks in some spots.
Fingers are pretty
And
cut
don't
up, but
mind the little Dutchman on there. That's
it's
called
good.
Scandinavian ductwork. It just takes a little bit of your skin out. It's
boy.
fine.
Oh boy.
Is that a little bit of blood?
That might be a little bit of blood.
It's character.
It's okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll get you guys hooked up. Do you guys saddle hunt?
Yes.
Dewey
Okay.
saddle hunt.
So
Just kidding. Yeah.
I've never been in a tree. I've never hunted a whitetail. So
We can change that if you come visit.
Yeah, I would love to. So when we met at the ATA, I had no idea that our bow hitch was going to be so marketable to anywhere east of the Mississippi River. But we were next to some guys that had a saddle company, and they're like, dude, this thing with our single point sling, that the bow always sits to your side, is going to be an absolute game changer in a saddle because it's going to sit at my side everywhere I pivot on the tree, and I'll never have to reach up again to grab my bow.
Well, that's a
And-
big deal because that kind of movement will F you in the saddle.
Yeah. So
Believe me.
now with the bow hitch and then our single point sling, I mean, it literally is always at your side. So if that's something that would help you guys, I'll send you one of those too, bro.
I got to think that even
Yeah.
climbing a tree in a saddle, you can hook it. Saddles most of them have molly loops
Yep.
all the way around.
Yeah.
We got one
You
hanging
can
right
even-
here.
I hang my
Be
sticks
careful,
on my sides, but if you hung your bow behind you on the molly loop, it's not getting bumped by anything.
Yep.
Probably be great. You don't have to bring a pull-up rope or anything like that. Yeah.
And
know what I
any
mean?
1 inch or less webbing, you can hook the bow hitch to, and
Oh, then
it
it's
balances
1 inch
perfectly
webbing.
down the middle. So there's not a wrong way. Just if it works for you, then it works for us.
Cool, man. Love to try it.
That's great.
Hold up that new bow now that we have this camera angle. The bow you have.
Oh,
That way I
you
can
wanna
tell
grab
you
the other
size
one
you- yeah,
in
that
there?
one will
You
work.
want to grab that other one?
And I
Is
know
there-
we've got some
Can you reach
awesome.
it?
I know we've got some awesome listeners that just after hearing you talk about your product and what you're doing, Armando, that just would want to support you. Your
That-
product's awesome, but just a good goddamn person.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. I know the one on the
Are
right.
they
I know
one
what
camouflage? Are you
I
sure
know
you-
that quiver. The bow on the right hand side is gonna need a medium. That one right there. Yep.
Wait, which side's the right side?
The Whitetail
Greg?
Max.
The
This
Max?
is quite a contraption they've got here.
Yeah, that's
It's
it's
a lot
an
of bolts in
interesting
here. Holy
Mhm.
crap.
Is that good, right?
Well, the roller guard. I just
the
never
rail
seen one
guard's cool. It's
that
very unique.
elaborate.
It's very.
You see how it's got a little grapple up top, so you can pull
Yep,
up your
so you
tree.
can pull it up your tree if you're not strapping it to your saddle and climbing.
Yeah. That roller guard definitely does stick out quite a bit.
Yeah, that is it sticks out from, so like where your hitch would mount
Right.
on this one.
That might
It's sticking out
interfere.
about a half an
It
inch.
would have
would
to
you
have
say?
some drop to get down, but even then, your D loop is going to be here, so you'd have
Okay.
to drop it because this thing does pivot out and move. I did draw this bow. My fingers didn't feel the
So
best
this
after
is on
drawing
a
it.
little axle right here that
Yep.
moves out.
Yep.
I'll go look at that bow at the local archery shop here.
That is
So yeah,
Yeah.
unique.
That's
we'll take a look.
that's the Bear Persist. That's their flagship bow for this year, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, and we have spacers and stuff, so we're not going to be, bat 1,000, but we have some little spacers we can use to
Sure.
bump it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll do what we can, and if it works, like I said, great. And if it doesn't, then you're gonna have to carry that some bitch.
A little half-inch spacer
or
and a
you'll-
longer bolt.
I'll have to
Or
go
you'll be
back to
working
my-
at building
go back to
building
my-
something new.
Yeah, no, we have stuff for we're always moving and shaking. So
Yep, that's good.
Cool, man. Well, I'll end the live broadcast. Folks that tuned in, called, no, thank you. Just hang out for a second here, and everybody that tuned in, and I don't know, enjoy your week.
Yeah.
It's nice out this week here in Wisconsin.
Well,
Jeez.
don't worry, tornadoes and hail are coming tonight.
Yeah,
So
sub-degree temperatures.
enjoy.
We're going from 70 to like -10 or something.
No,
the
27. High at
20.
27 tomorrow. Just
It was 70 today.
just relax.
It's gonna snow tonight.
76 in Milwaukee.
76.
It was 76 when I left Milwaukee.
So I went for a walk today after work before a podcast, and I had mosquitoes and wood.
Fun.
And now it's gonna snow tonight.
I hope it kills every one of those little bastards.
Oh,
It won't.
what a
though.
weird winter.
It'd be like the monkey video I posted. Just picking ticks.
Mhm.
All right, folks. Till next week.
See ya.
gentlemen,
Yep.
thank you.